somebody's going to not be able to see. Is that right? If I stay here? Okay, well good. I'm going to stay here then. 3 weeks ago I gave a speech about the plastics that are accumulating in our oceans. I ended that speech by asking you, do we need to care about this? Today I'm going to tell you why we should care. But first, let me give you a small review of my previous speech. I told you that 10% of all plastics made travel down our creeks and rivers and end up in our oceans. Most of that plastic is consumer litter. The plastic litter accumulates in one of 5 ocean gyres. You can see there are 2 in the northern hemisphere and 3 in the southern hemisphere. Most of the current research has been done on the western, northern Pacific Ocean gyre, which circles between the coast of California and Hawaii in a clockwise direction. Charles Moore is at the forefront of this research, and we can thank him for bringing this problem to the attention of the press. He is shown here with an example of the ocean plastic soup, which hovers on the surface and several feet below the surface. Can you see the little black dead fish laying vertically near the bottom? You can't see it.
Wait, should we turn the lights up? Yeah.
Should I start again?
No.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, it's time to start caring about this problem. Today I'm going to give you 3 reasons to care about this problem. First, it's ugly. See the woman at the top center? Would you go in the ocean with that junk floating there? It's ugly and it's alarming too. More ugly. Can you see that plastic garbage floating just under the surface? Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And more ugly. Third world countries don't have waste management systems, and plastics never biodegrade. They just break up. Second, it kills animals in several cruel ways. It can choke them. It can drown them by holding them under the water. They can die of malnutrition. Animals up and down the food chain often mistake plastic for food. This baby albatross was fed so much plastic by her mother, there was no room left in her gut for nutritious food. She died, literally, full of plastic. There's even a lighter in her gut. Even these tiny creatures called zooplankton mistake broken down pieces of plastic for food. If it passes through their system, they're okay. But if it causes an obstruction, they die. The third reason is it may be dangerous for humans. There are at least 2 ways that plastic garbage dump may be dangerous for humans. The most direct way is in the food chain. We know that many types of chemical carcinogens are added to plastic to achieve color and suppleness, heat and fire resistance, and all the other things we love plastic for. Plastics have been found in guts of the fish we eat. Just like mercury has entered our food chain and is in the body of every one of us, plastic has entered the food chain of ocean fish. Let me give you an illustration of that. The zooplankton eat plastic. The fish eat the zooplankton, which are then eaten by bigger fish. Everything up and down the food chain is also eating plastic of their own. If the plastic carcinogens are being stored in the flesh of the fish we eat, we're going to be eating carcinogens. Humans may also be in danger from mass ocean extinctions. With the amount of plastic growing in the ocean exponentially, it's easy to imagine mass die-offs of species that live in the gyre habitats. This could include zooplankton, fish, birds, and mammals. Imagine what this could do to cultures that rely on fish as their primary source of protein. Scientists don't know for sure what the consequences of a plastic-saturated ocean will be. And that's the rub. It's precisely because we don't know what will happen that we need to respond now. Plastic in the ocean is hideous. It's deadly or worse for animals. Logic tells us that sometime, maybe soon, this is going to be dangerous for us, the humans that are causing the problem. Cleaning the plastic out of the ocean isn't the answer. That would be like bailing water out of a sinking boat. You need to plug the hole in the boat before you bail out the water. The first thing we need to do is stop the flow of plastics into the ocean. Next week, I'm going to give you my 10th speech to tell you what we can do to reduce this problem. The solution is going to start right here in Speakeasy Toastmasters. Mr. Toastmaster.